You walk out to your car, and there it is, the slow sinking look of a tire going flat. And when you crouch down, you spot it, the shiny head of a screw or a nail buried right in the tread. Your stomach drops. You're already picturing the tow truck, the hours wasted, the shop bill. But here's what most drivers have no idea about. That exact situation, a nail or screw in the tread, is often something you can handle yourself, on the spot, in about 10 minutes, with a kit that costs less than a fast food lunch. Once you know how to do this, a nail in your tire stops being a disaster and becomes a minor annoyance. You'll never be helplessly stranded by one again. But, and this is the most important thing I'll say in this whole video, so do not skip it, there are strict rules about when this fix is safe and when it absolutely is not. Because a tire is the one part of your car where getting it wrong can genuinely hurt you. So I'm going to show you the whole repair step by step, but first I'm going to make sure you know exactly when you can do it and when you must not. Stick with me, because the safety part at the start is what makes the rest of this trick something you can actually trust. Let's get into it. So before you touch a single tool, you have to answer one question. Is this puncture even repairable? Because not every flat can or should be plugged, and this is where being honest saves you from a dangerous mistake. Let me give you the rules the entire tire industry agrees on, the same rules the professionals follow. Rule 1, and this is the big one. You can only repair a puncture in the tread, the flat part of the tire that actually touches the road. You must never, ever plug a puncture in the sidewall, that's the smooth, curved side of the tire, or in the shoulder, which is that rounded area where the tread curves down into the sidewall. Here's why this isn't just a suggestion. The sidewall and shoulder flex constantly as you drive, bending thousands of times a mile. No plug can hold in an area that flexes like that. It will work itself loose and can fail suddenly, and a sidewall blowout at speed is genuinely dangerous. So if your nail or screw is in the sidewall or the shoulder, stop right there. That tire cannot be safely repaired. It needs to be replaced. Full stop. A good rule of thumb the pros use. The puncture needs to be at least about ½ an inch, more than a centimeter, in from the edge of the tread. Any closer to the sidewall, and it's a replacement, not a repair. Rule 2. The hole has to be small. The industry standard is the 1/4 inch rule. The puncture can be no bigger than 1/4 inch across, which is about 6 millimeters, roughly the width of a pencil. A typical nail or screw makes a hole well within that. But if you've got a big gash, a large bolt, or a hole bigger than that, the tire's internal structure is too damaged to trust a plug. That's a replacement. Rule 3. It has to be a clean, roughly straight puncture, the kind a nail or screw makes. A jagged tear or an odd-angled slice isn't a candidate. And Rule 4, you can't have a bunch of punctures close together, and you should never plug over an old plug. Punctures need to be well spaced apart or the tire's structure is compromised. And one more critical one. Rule 5. If you drove on that tire while it was completely flat, even for a short distance, be very cautious. Running a tire flat can shred and overheat the inner structure in ways you can't see from the outside, and a plug can't fix hidden internal damage. Same goes for run-flat tires and for tires that are already worn out and near the end of their life. Those get replaced, not repaired. When in doubt, a professional inspection is always the safe call, and many shops will look for free. Now, I need to be completely straight with you about one more thing, because it's the honest heart of this whole topic.
A plug like the one I'm about to show you is officially a temporary repair.
It is fantastic for getting you off the roadside and safely to a shop, and in a real pinch it can hold for a good while. But the tyre industry and every major safety body considers the only truly permanent proper repair to be a combination plug and patch done from the inside. That means a technician takes the tyre off the wheel, inspects the inside for hidden damage you simply cannot see from the outside, and seals it from within. So think of what we're doing here as the emergency fix that saves your day and gets you moving, and then get it properly inspected and finished at a shop when you can. That's not me being overly cautious, that's the honest, responsible way to use this skill. Do that and you get the best of both worlds. You're never stranded and your tyre is still properly checked. Okay, with all that understood, let's actually fix it, because it's genuinely satisfying and easier than you'd think. First, find and confirm the leak. Often you can see the screw or nail sitting right there, but if you just hear a hiss and can't spot it, here's a trick the pros use. Mix a little dish soap with water and pour or spray it over the suspect area. Where the air is escaping, you'll see bubbles forming and growing. That pinpoints your leak exactly. It's simple and it works every time. Now grab your kit. A basic tyre plug kit is cheap, often under $10 or the equivalent wherever you are, and it's one of the best things you can keep in your car. Inside you'll find a few key items. A reamer tool, which is the one with the rough, rasp-like surface used to clean and prep the hole. An insertion tool, which has an eye at the end, like a big needle that you thread the plug through. The plugs themselves, which are those sticky, gummy strips of rubbery cord, and usually a small tube of rubber cement to help everything seal. Let me walk you through using them. Step 1. Get your plug ready before you pull the screw, so you're not fumbling while air rushes out. Thread one of the sticky plugs through the eye of the insertion tool and pull it through until it's even on both sides, equal lengths hanging off each side of the tool. If your kit came with rubber cement, smear a little along the plug now. Then set that ready-to-go tool down somewhere clean. You do not want dirt on that plug, because dirt ruins the seal. Step 2. Remove the screw or nail. Grab it with a good pair of pliers and work it out. If it's a screw, you can actually turn it to help back it out. Once it's out, you'll hear the air start hissing. That's normal, and that's exactly the hole we're about to fix. And here's a small but important thing. Put that screw or nail straight in your pocket. Don't toss it on the ground, where it can just puncture your tyre or someone else's all over again. Step 3. Ream the hole. Take that rasp-like reamer tool and push it into the puncture, then work it in and out several times. This feels aggressive, but it's doing two important jobs: cleaning any debris out of the hole and roughening up the inside so the sticky plug will actually bond and grip. Keep the tool moving in and out to really prep that channel. When it's ready, you can leave the reamer in the hole right up until the moment you're ready with the plug to keep it from sealing up on you. Step 4. Insert the plug. Pull the reamer out and, without wasting time, push the insertion tool with the plug loaded on it firmly straight into the hole. Press it in until roughly half the plug is inside the tyre and half is still sticking out. Most kits have you push until the tool is most of the way in. Then here's the key move. Pull the insertion tool straight back out, firmly and fairly quickly. Because of how the tool is designed, the plug stays wedged in the hole while the tool slides out, leaving that sticky rubber sealing your puncture. That's the moment it all comes together. Step 5. Trim and finish. You'll have some plugs sticking out of the tyre. Just take a blade or the cutter in your kit and trim it close to the tread. You can leave a tiny bit proud, it'll wear down as you drive. Wipe off any excess cement and that's it. Now, the final and most important step people skip: reinflate and test. Pump the tyre back up to the correct pressure, and remember that correct number is on the sticker inside your driver's door frame, not the number on the tyre's sidewall. Then do the soapy water test one more time over the plug. No bubbles, your seal is good. If you still see bubbles, the plug isn't sealing and you'll need to reassess, possibly replug or get it to a shop. Assuming it's sealed, you are good to drive, carefully and ideally to a tyre shop for that proper inspection we talked about. Here's a bonus tip that makes this whole thing actually work when you need it. A plug kit is useless if it's not with you when you get a flat 5 miles from anywhere, so keep one in your car, but here's the catch nobody mentions. Those sticky plugs can dry out and go hard over months of sitting in a hot boot, and a dried out plug won't seal. A neat fix is to keep your plugs and tools in a small sealed container. Even a short length of pipe with caps on both ends works great, so they stay fresh and soft and ready for the day you actually need them. A little preparation now means the kit actually works when it counts, so let's bring it all together because you've just learned a genuinely valuable skill. A nail or screw in your tyre doesn't have to mean a tow truck and a ruined day. If, and only if, the puncture is in the tread, well away from the sidewall, smaller than about 1/4 inch, and it's a clean hole in the tyre that's otherwise in good shape, you can plug it yourself. Find the leak with soapy water, ready your plug, pull the screw, ream the hole, push the plug in, trim it, reinflate and test. 10 minutes, a few dollars, and you're moving again. Just always remember the 2 honest rules that keep you safe. Never the sidewall, and treat the plug as a temporary fix that gets you to a shop for a proper inside inspection and patch. Follow those and you truly never have to fear a flat from a nail or screw again. If this gave you the confidence to handle a flat yourself, do me a favour and subscribe, and drop a comment telling me if you've ever been stranded by a nail in your tyre, because I think a lot of us have, and now none of us have to be again. And don't miss the next one, where I show you the simple tyre checks that catch problems before they ever leave you on the roadside, the stuff that keeps you from getting that flat in the first place. Tread only, never the sidewall. Small clean punctures only. Plug it, test it, then get it checked. That's how you never fear a flat again.